Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day to start things off. Bitcoin hit 18,000 US dollars. It says in 24 hours. We were discussing this yesterday. I think the title of the video was Bitcoin is aiming for 18,000 US dollars. Lo and behold, we hit it. And then a couple of hours later, it says Bitcoin just exploded higher to 18,300 US dollars. You can probably assume what happened next. Yep, Bitcoin kept on going higher and it's hit 18,500 US dollars. It says before correcting lower. This was, of course, to be expected. We are currently still above 18,000 US dollars, which is absolutely wonderful to see. There's a lot of good news. And we've been getting good news for a very long time, and my suspicions of rich people having been in crypto for a number of years has been completely solidified, because that's basically what's taking place. You'll see it in a couple of minutes. This one says, Bitcoin records highest ever market cap, all-time high price next. Bitcoin's total market capitalization reached a new all-time high today, surpassing the former peak from 2017. This is due to the increased overall supply, despite the currently lower unit price. So we have once again passed another all-time high for Bitcoin. As far as the entirety of its market cap, this is only going to expand further because I think since 2013, we have over 1 million new coins that have been mined, created, pushed into the market, what have you. What does this one say? It says Bitcoin set to smash last resistance, 20,000 US dollars now clearly on the horizon. And I mean, like, it's bright clear. Like, it almost hurts to even kind of look at it because it's so blatantly obvious exactly where the market is trying to go. I would assume that if we do happen to hit 20,000 US dollars, expect a pullback. Logic. Simply because I think a lot of people probably maybe have sell orders around 19,900. I always believe in the fear of other people. So there are going to be tons of people within the cryptocurrency space. This is also why we had, I believe, the pullback from 18,500 to $18,041, wherever we currently are right now, is because other people assume that other people are going to be afraid. So they become afraid that other people are going to be afraid. And therefore, they put in their sell orders where they think everyone else is going to start to panic. It doesn't happen all the time, but it's clear within the cryptocurrency space, it takes shape rather quickly, oftenly in this. As it stands right now, it is abundantly clear the market is aiming for 19,000, and I think if we hit and pass by 19,000, I don't think we're going to have a day or two of like a sluggish movement up. I think we're going to try and hit that 20,000. Which is, first of all, apparently a lot of news places are already re-talking about Bitcoin once again. And I, of course, logically, this would happen once we got closer to $20,000, but we're very close to it. So I think if we smash by 20,000, expect the news to go completely ballistic. Everyone's going to be talking about it. Your friends, family, co-workers, brothers, aunts, uncles, nieces, and nephews, all going to be trying to contact you to try to figure out how to get this new thing that you told them about 3 years ago, but they're now trying to purchase right now because the price is so high. The price will pull back. And then as we gear into 2021, listen, everything Plan B has said so far has come true over the last couple of years. He showed us the chart. He showed us where everything is going to go. And this is, remember a couple of weeks ago when we passed by 10,000 something or other dollars, and he was like, yeah, this is it. This is the moment everything's going to start to go crazy. And we were like, Plan B, you're crazy. And then it hit 12,000, 13,000. 17,000, and then his trajectory says that sometime, I think by the middle of next year, we will hit $100,000 per Bitcoin, which also makes a lot of sense when you see the rest of the news that we have going on, because it's clear once again that there's just not a lot of this stuff actually floating around. This one says Ethereum price breakout imminent as Ethereum eyes 500 US dollar levels. This news is, of course, all over the place. A lot of people are looking at Ethereum to see exactly where it's going to go. Bitcoin right now there's a bit of a Bitcoin effect going on, where Bitcoin is the only coin that's actually really moving, if I can say that. A lot of the other altcoins are up by maybe 1%, if even that much. The coin many people are looking for is Ethereum, as we draw 12, 13 days away from the apparent supposed potential launch of Ethereum 2.0. I think we are a lot of ether away from that contract that needs to be filled in order for the Genesis block to activate. But I assume, here's an assumption, I spoke about this before, I assume we're going to have an EOS mimic where no one was staking their coins on EOS simply because it was actually pretty difficult to even figure out how to stake your stuff on the network to be able to activate the network. So I assume what's going to probably happen is as we get about 4 days away from Ethereum 2.0, a lot of developers are going to start pushing their own coins into it as a, here, fine, let's just do it. Let's activate the gosh darn thing so we can kind of move on with price discovery. This one says, Bitcoin analyst, Bloomberg analyst says, Bitcoin is targeting a $1 trillion market cap. I had no idea. I mean, I just didn't get that part for the last couple of years that was where we were going. The really interesting part is that as we have passed once again an all-time high for Bitcoin's market cap, this means that we won't even actually need a $50,000 Bitcoin to actually pass by a $1 trillion market cap, which is going to be fantastic because I can't assume what the actual number, maybe it's like a $47,000 Bitcoin, but I am, the word isn't anxious. I'm excitedly anxious for that moment when we actually pass, because it's going to happen. Like at this point, there's no if Bitcoin can do it. Bitcoin is targeting a $1 million price per coin. I am very happy. I'll say this. I'm very happy the amount of people I've seen here on Twitter, other places who actually have purchased some Bitcoin. I mentioned this a long time ago. Even if you don't care for Bitcoin, if you think Bitcoin is slow, I would recommend that you look into the possibility of having some Bitcoin into your portfolio. When we get people discussing a $1 million Bitcoin over the next 5 years, that means right now, that comes down to, if you put, here's a number, $1,800, that means that in the future money, in Bitcoin money, would be $100,000, roughly, give or take. So just a saying. Also in news, that's an extension of the news that we had yesterday. It says Grayscale's crypto assets under management has broken $10 billion. If you remember the video yesterday, they had just broken, I think it was like 8.3 billion. And that's because Bitcoin's price is still going up right now. Yeah, so of course, Grayscale they're going to hold 10% of all Bitcoin in the world. I don't know if you know that. I know that. The inner workings of things happening behind the scenes. There was a guy, I don't think I have it in this video. I commented on it yesterday on Twitter, being a little cheeky. This guy, some billionaire hedge fund guy, was like, maybe I missed something about Bitcoin as it passed by 17,000. I was like, yeah, you missed that it's going to be the biggest thing in the entire world. So behind the scenes, the conversations that people have to be having are just monumental. It's stuff that me and you have been talking about for years, and now they're finally understanding where all of this is going. And it's really funny because I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of like envy going on. Of course there's envy going on, from the billionaires who got into it a long time ago to the billionaires who are like, oh, now I have to pay a higher price. So by the time these people get into it, Bitcoin goes up to 100,000 per coin. The other billionaires who still haven't gotten into it are going to be just as upset. Here's a good one. As the cryptocurrency market marches ahead for the next bull run, the buzz for the buzz for crypto banks is on the rise. In his recent interview with Forbes, Brian Brooks, the acting chief of the Office of the Comptroller of Currency, the OCC, it's a very long title, the acting chief of the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, hinted at more crypto banks coming to the market. What? Brooks is well known for his open to crypto innovation in the payment sector. While hinting at some crypto-friendly reforms, Brooks said that the National Trust Charter for cryptocurrency banks is on the way ahead. During the interview, Brooks spoke about how he sees his role at the OCC, especially with the changing banking scenario. He also shared his wisdom about how the agency is likely to respond to 19. He also touched upon important topics in the financial sector, crypto, quoting the rules of free market democracy. Brooks noted that he didn't just want to be someone resisting the change. The point is, the head of the OCC has announced that more crypto banks are coming. Is anyone shocked? No, you shouldn't be, because of course all this stuff is happening. This is why I think also, pay attention. The last 4 weeks, what has happened every single day the last 4 weeks? I'll give you 3 seconds. Nothing but billionaires and incredibly rich people every single day have been coming forward talking about how they hold Bitcoin, how they've gotten richer from Bitcoin, how a huge fraction of their portfolio is also in Bitcoin. One can only assume, as these people probably either own the banks that we're talking about, own fractions of the banks that we're talking about, or are in contact with anybody who deals with the bank, they're probably all thinking or realizing or have understood for some time that cryptocurrencies are it, that they need to get into it. And of course, more cryptocurrency banks are coming. I assume there's going to be a tidal wave, a very gross tidal wave in 2021 that's going to occur. With all the banks who are garbage, all the banks who you don't like, all the banks who've been taking extra fees from your bank account every single month, you're going to start receiving stuff either in the mail or digitally through email or some other form, maybe on your phone, what have you, that are going to pretty much say, hey, you got crypto? You can hold it with us. Hey, we are offering Bitcoin. Hey, you got this is what's at a very dirty wave, because it's going to be the money. It's going to be the institutions who have taken advantage of people for the longest historically, who are going to try and get more money from you. Whatever. Here's the actual Forbes article. It says, exclusive, OCC chief Brian Brooks says payment charter is ready. More crypto banks coming soon. Absolutely wonderful. Can you guess what the next one is? Just one hint. Rich person. Anybody? No? Okay, well, here we go. On Tuesday, the day that the Bitcoin price broke 17,000 US dollars, Mexican billionaire Ricardo Salinas Pliego said that 10% of his liquid assets are in Bitcoin. Ricardo Benjamin Salinas Pliego is the founder and chairman of Mexican conglomerate Grupo Salinas. On the 7th of April, Forbes declared Salinas Pliego worth net estimated $11.7 billion, the second richest man in Mexico, and said that he was the only Mexican billionaire whose fortune went up over the past year. On the 23rd of March, 2015, Oroyo Finanzas.com reported that Mexican billionaire had placed a bet on Bitcoin by forming an alliance with BitReserve, the San Francisco-based Bitcoin exchange founded late last year by Halsey Minor, former founder and CEO of CNET. It went on to say that his father is a famous gold and silver bug, Hugo Salinas Price. Can you guess which was really popular news today? Of course it was this one. It says, Mexico's second richest man reveals 10% of his liquid assets are in Bitcoin, as he's sitting there smiling because, I mean, he got like mega rich or richer over the last couple of days. This was the only like really weird one. It says Mexico's third richest man. I don't know why they chose third when every other article said second, but here we are. So yes, every single day, and it's impossible to get away from it at this point. Every single day, there's either a celebrity who's coming forward saying that they love Bitcoin, they have Bitcoin, they're promoting Bitcoin, Bitcoin is Bitcoin, all these other things. Does it say it's somewhere around here? Here we go. Yeah, so the news being is that he had an interview and he recommended the book, The Bitcoin Standard, and apparently I think he tweeted it out to 800,000 of his followers. I said this years ago, and I said it at the beginning of this video. I knew this was going to happen. I don't know if this person in particular had something negative to say about Bitcoin. So many rich people talked down about Bitcoin, didn't like Bitcoin, and I said, it seems really weird that the ones who do come forward, they're like really for Bitcoin. I said, these people are accumulating, and I knew that they were accumulating. This is why I keep saying all the Bitcoin that's circulating isn't actually circulating. These coins, we've seen these massive movements. There's been so many whale alerts of all these things happening, and this much Bitcoin changed hand and this much so-and-so. Someone moved 50,000 Bitcoin. Where did it go? Here. Right here. All these rich people have been moving tons of Bitcoin into their wallets that are just not going to ever be moved until Bitcoin once again hits $1 million. I'm telling you, that's the price target for Bitcoin to start moving. Once we have a multi-trillion dollar market cap, and any selling off of $1 million or movement of $50 billion has no effect on the market, that's when people are going to start paying for things in Bitcoin. And this, keep in mind, once again, we still had news last year about some of the richest companies on the planet making sure that they were partnering with other companies, even if you want to just focus on Bakkt, to be able to start accepting Bitcoin. Why would they be doing that? Why would the New York Stock Exchange have made sure that they partnered with 13, 15, 25 other companies to be able to get other companies to start accepting Bitcoin? What could they possibly see in the future? If Bitcoin is as volatile and as shaky and all these other things as all these people were saying before, do they somehow then foresee a future where Bitcoin's price is completely stable? That's kind of weird. PayPal, like all these things, they're lining up so, I mean, not even like dominoes. It's just so blatantly obvious that all these people are into Bitcoin. They have been for a very long time. We will never maybe know exactly how much that they do have, but just know every time that we pass by some type of a new price thing, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 per Bitcoin, these people are going to be in the news. And they're going to be in the news that this person made an additional $10 billion. And everyday normal people who have the chance to get into Bitcoin or should have gotten into Bitcoin before, it's going to set off something in their heads. They're going to start running towards Coinbase, running towards PayPal, trying to buy up as much as possible, not realizing that, once again, I'm certain of this number. There must be 1 million Bitcoin or less that are actively able to be purchased by people at this point. It's less than 1 million. I can feel it. There's no way that we've had all these. Grayscale owns 500,000 Bitcoin. There is no way on this planet that all these companies, all these corporations, they're not just buying 10 Bitcoin at a time. They're buying 10,000, 15,000, 25,000 Bitcoin. There's not a lot left. I cannot stress that enough. I've stressed it before. I'm done stressing it now. However, the major news, part of the major news was that the second richest man in Mexico has 10% of his liquid assets in Bitcoin. No surprise. Can you guess what's next? I mean, if you look at the screen, you can kind of see it right there. The Skype founder, told Fortune in an interview that he has stored most of his wealth in Bitcoin. John Tallon, the co-founder of Intercom and the communications app, was keen to support the cryptocurrency in public. At the beginning of the year, the telecommunications genius gave away $300,000 worth of Bitcoin, and 2 years ago, he gave away $400,000 worth of Ether. The co-founder and chairman of Skype posted on Twitter a message in support of Bitcoin after some years of experimenting with Bitcoin. Iogan Makabe said that he would encourage the whole world to work with the coin. One of the founders of Skype reveals that he's rich, and he's rich because of Bitcoin, and keeps a portion of his wealth in Bitcoin. How much more news do we need about this? How clear can this get for everybody? I wish I knew exactly how much they had, not because I want to be in their business, but more so I would love to add all these numbers up. We are getting to a point where it is difficult for people to own a 1/10 of a Bitcoin. I don't know if you saw my video on my other channel that I posted where I went over the number of how much you need to be Bitcoin rich and be part of the 1%. And even more so, that number is probably a lot lower because I keep not even overestimating. I use the numbers that are given to me through articles and through other, mathematical equations, yada, yada, yada. When we get to a point, because this is going to happen, just always remember this. There's going to be a point in the future, and I've said this before, where a friend of yours brags to you that they have 6,000 Satoshi. They're not going to be able to believe that they were able to procure 6,000 Satoshi. Think like, man, I'm going to be rich in the future. And you're going to think of this moment right now. For those of you who made sure to reevaluate your portfolio and realize that you have 10 million Satoshi, 18,000 million. It's really insane to think of where all of this is going, but it's so clear at this point. What happens when all the rich people control something? They make sure that it survives. What happens when the rich people buy up everything? They remain the richest people on the planet. So yeah, Skype founder reveals he's also rich, wealth in Bitcoin. No surprise. This is happening every single day. There has not been a day in the last 4 weeks that this has not happened. Not one day. Every single day has been some rich person. Okay, we're going to move on because this is just, oh boy. Next up, Mariner Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisory RIA with more than $35 billion of assets under management, is partnering with Eagle Brook Advisors to give clients access to Bitcoin. The crypto-focused investment firm Eagle Brook says Mariner Wealth is tapping into its Bitcoin Separately Managed Account, or SMA, to allow financial advisors to allocate Bitcoin on behalf of its clients who want to include the King coin in their investment strategies. My gosh, if I could, I wish I could let you in on the conversations me and my friends have of where all of this is going. Do you know the wealth that's going to be created? Do you understand what's happening when all these rich people start buying up something that is incredibly finite? Do you understand what's going to happen? There are millionaires and billionaires on this planet who have no Bitcoin. Zero. Nada. Zilch. They have zero because they don't believe in it. They haven't looked at it. They don't care about it. When these people realize that Bitcoin is at 150,000 US dollars and they own none of it, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to liquidate everything they have, everything, and push it into Bitcoin. When Bitcoin hits 200, someone was asking me in the comment section, they thought that Bitcoin had to reach 2.5 million to usurp the US dollar. No. The Swiss bank last year, and I'm sure many other banks have come to the exact same conclusion, the number is 250,000 US dollars per Bitcoin to be able to kick aside the US dollar. We are going to reach that. Tons of family offices, tons of investment, hedge funds and all these other things. It's really fascinating. Even the retirement accounts that we were hearing about last year, and I know people must have thought I was crazy when I remember I read an article that there was about, what was it? Some retirement fund had bought up Bitcoin to be able to allocate it to their people who had their retirement fund. And I got so excited. I'm sure, once again, people must have thought I was crazy. That means that this company, this fund, purchased the Bitcoin because they saw the longevity of it for the next 20 to 30 years. And they decided to add it into people's portfolios because they knew where the price was going to go based off of projections. And even more so, you talk to other companies, you talk to other clients to see if they've come up with the exact same thing. You don't simply, usually, just make a huge bet like that. Anyway, another very rich fund management company, wealth management thing. Have you ever seen, there's a documentary on YouTube. I believe it's called The 1%. I believe that's what it is. It came out in like 2008 or 2009. It looks a little rusty because of the old camera and stuff like that. But there's a part in it where one of the main people who's filming is discussing or like talking to like a family wealth management service kind of thing. Do you know the point of these family wealth management services and like these things? The point is to secure all the money of the rich people. And you usually can get into this exclusive club when you have over around $300 million to $400 million. I'm sure there are other ones that do it if you have $100 million or maybe $50 million, what have you. But for these ones, their entire goal, the entire point of them is to make sure that that family's wealth lasts for the next 5 generations. 5. If people are living, think of it this way, if people are living these days to around 75, 80, you get a good 85 somewhere sprinkled around it. A couple people who are 114 years old, imagine for the next 400 years of your lineage, they will never go broke. And every single new generation, they work with the previous generation to make sure that that money continues going. The more money you have, the easier it is to make money. There's a documentary, once again, I love documentaries, that I saw a couple days ago. It was about like wealth in Germany or something like that. And they were talking to one of the richest people in Germany. And he was flying in his private jet, of course. And he said, even if I took €1 million and threw it out the window, it would still fly back and I would still make money. He said it's impossible to lose money when you're that rich. No matter what he invests in, he's going to make money. These people are betting on Bitcoin continuously going up for the next 20, 30, 40 years and or hitting 10 million or higher numbers per Bitcoin. Cannot stress all this enough. You know what's really crazy? We've been talking about so much of this stuff for the last couple of years, and like, not that it's finally coming true. I knew that all these things were happening behind the scenes. Like, you have to have like board meetings to be able to actually like say, yeah, we're going to give them access to Bitcoin. These discussions have been going on for a number of years, but the fact that we receive this news is crazy. We are the news that, sorry for screaming, I'm really excited. The news that we've been receiving has been incredible. Think about everything that we've been talking about this last year, how great all the news, all the adoption, which most of it we've probably forgotten because we go over so many things in one video. This is going to be crazy. These people are, the wealth that's going to be created is absolutely insane. And the pie is not that big, and there's barely a slice left for normal people. Okay, we're going to move on because I feel like if I don't, I'll just be ranting and raving for another hour. Bam. According to the prospectus filed with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, or the SEC, for its IPO, Airbnb is apparently showing interest in the adoption of emerging technologies such as tokenization, cryptocurrencies, and other applications of blockchain technology. Surprising! The official filing states that the home rental platform is open to considering technologies like DLT, distributed ledger technology, AI, artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and cloud technologies for the future. In the past, Airbnb said that the company has no plans to consider Bitcoin or any cryptocurrencies as a mode of payment. I give it 3 years. We are going to have some companies who are going to fight tooth, nail, baseball bat, hardwood floors against Bitcoin as much as they can. I don't know if Airbnb will be one of them, but I assure you, if we pass by $1 trillion market cap, the tsunami of companies that are going to come forward talking about that they accept Bitcoin is just going to be disgusting. Anyway, here's the actual SEC filing right here on sec.gov between Airbnb and the SEC. So, I mean, I'm sure, I'm going to say supposedly, the people from Airbnb have probably had more than one discussion about accepting crypto on their platform. Yeah, obvious. And to finish things off, Galaxy Digital, a cryptocurrency merchant bank focused or founded by Mike Novogratz, is expanding its crypto offerings in Canada. According to a November 16th announcement, Galaxy Digital has partnered with major Canadian investment company CI Global Asset Management to launch a public Bitcoin fund in the country. The CI Galaxy Bitcoin Fund is a closed-end investment fund that aims to provide unit holders with exposure to Bitcoin. The fund will invest directly in Bitcoin using the fund's holding of the token based on prices of the Bloomberg Galaxy Bitcoin Index, the announcement has noted. Is anyone surprised? No. Is the news great? Yes, of course, it's absolutely incredible. This gives people here in Canada the ability to be able to invest in cryptocurrencies. I'm so fatigued. I think my energy levels get so high, and then they kind of just like fall back down to the ground because it's nonstop good news. Like, there hasn't been a bad news story at all. I'm not trying to conjure up one, but it's more of this is great. Every single thing that we've gotten in the news has been absolutely incredible, whether it be the rich people who are in it, the rich people who are telling 800,000 Twitter followers that they should also be getting into it, the celebrities who are getting into it, the amount of Bitcoin that's been bought up by companies and institutions and family offices and banks. It's nuts. It's nuts. Like, it's all happening, if you kind of want to say it in that way. Here's the press release, I guess you could say, on Business Wire. For CI Global Asset Management, they have filed a preliminary prospectus for CI Galaxy Bitcoin Fund. I did it again. I can't believe myself. I walked out of the room to go get it, and I didn't even get it. What's wrong with me? Forgot my phone again. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a new setup. Maybe I'm used to having my phone with me for the old setup. I really can't tell what it is, but very big thank you to my Patreon supporters. I think I'm going to have to like write out the names and just stick it on the wall in front of me or something like that because I keep forgetting my phone. Thank you to everyone who is a supporter or a member of the channel. I do thank every single one of you. You're all absolutely incredible. If you're looking at the screen, or if you're not looking at the screen, Bitcoin's going back up. When I started this video, Bitcoin was at $18,012. It is at $18,240. It is currently up by roughly 9%. Ethereum's up by 3.24%, and Chainlink is up by 6%. This is what I was talking about. The altcoins are in red. Bitcoin seems to be, look at theirs, wow. Look at their Satoshi prices. They're all being completely drained. And I think it's because all the momentum is falling completely behind Bitcoin. I think all the other people who are whales or whatever they might be are of the understanding that Bitcoin has to pass by 20,000 for that really crazy momentum to happen. Everyone's kind of looking and waiting. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of which day this week or when in the weekend. Wrapped Bitcoin is up. Yeah, the other altcoins are red. I don't think that's going to be a future trend. I mean, it could very well be. No one knows the future. But I'm expecting the altcoins to also completely lose their minds relatively soon. I mentioned before, we are going to have a video in the next couple of months when prices are skyrocketing of cashing out and stuff like that. Because I know that a lot of people are waiting for that, of course. What to do, etc., because I want to make sure that by the end of this that you are all like rich. I don't mean like half rich. I want you all to be like, I want you to be afraid that your friends know that you have crypto rich. I want you to be so rich that you start looking for houses in other countries rich by the end of all this. I know we're going to make it. Everything else that we've been talking about has come true thus far. It's just we need the final spark, and Bitcoin is certainly doing it. Not that I wanted you to all be afraid. You know what I'm talking. You know what I mean. Like I want you to have so much that you see somebody like clutching your pearls. I want you to know that the future looks bright for you and your family. That you have as many possibilities in front of you that you could want because of the money that you make from this market. I do hope that you all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.